All life forms strive to the max of their potential except for human beings. That is a fascinating quote that I heard today from Jim Rohn, a late famous speaker. And why is this? It is because humans have the dignity of choice. When you think about it, this tree right here, it didn't get halfway to its potential and think, I'm gonna just stop growing. No, it grows as tall as it possibly can. We have a choice. We don't have to fulfill our potential. And we have multiple ways to fulfill our potential. We could become smarter, stronger, faster. We can become better in all of these different ways. But we have a choice. So we choose not to. And let's talk about it. What I find beautiful is that we all have different potential. We all have different genetics. See, I can't become as fast as Usain Bolt because Usain Bolt has the genetics to be the fastest human alive. I simply don't have those genetics. I can't jump as high as LeBron James because I don't have his genetics. But the same way, I can't reach their full potential. There are people who can't reach my full potential. But those same exact people, I can't reach their full potential in other realms. So I think that's really cool. We were all given different genetics, different potential that we could reach, but we have a choice to reach it. So decide, what potential do you want to fulfill? Because you have all this unlimited potential. You could probably infinitely become better. Even though I can't jump as tall as or as high as LeBron James, if I dedicate the rest of my life to jumping, then I'll probably gradually increase my vertical. Like, sure, eventually it will be very minimally, but I could probably improve. We were given this superhuman ability to upgrade, to evolve, and it's important we use it. See, wasted potential is my least favorite thing. It's extremely disappointing because we all have this potential that we could fulfill, but like I said, it is our choice. So you have to want to, and you don't have to. You could live a life where you're not fulfilling the potential that you have been granted. You weren't asked to be born, you were just born, and you were given these genetics on top of it. You were given this potential, and potential is just such an interesting thing. Thinking of what you can become. Let's talk about what I can become. I can become rich. I can become extremely successful. And successful is a vague, broad term, but to me, extremely successful looks like having a successful YouTube channel where I can influence and positively impact millions of people daily. And I could also start a family and have kids that carry on my legacy. I could have multiple successful brands in whatever I am passionate about. There are multiple things that I could fulfill my potential in, and it's all up to me. And there's beauty in that. See, if I chose not to take any steps in those directions, then I simply won't. I won't grow. I'm not a tree. I don't just grow to my fullest potential. But I have the choice. And that's what makes it all the much better. If nobody had a choice to limit themselves, then everybody would be at their peak. And if everybody is at their peak, then nobody would be. Everybody would be at that which is baseline. So you have the opportunity to exceed that. And the people who choose not to, the people who choose to limit themselves, they're going to be the majority because it's easy to. And that's why it is the majority, because majority of people don't want to put in that extra work and go through all that hard extra effort in order to become their best self, because it is very difficult. We have the choice to face that adversity, and we are given this adversity as an opportunity to become better. I love self-improvement, and I just think it's an art form. It's such a cool thing, and I want to make it cool again if it wasn't cool. Let me take a second. I have the ability to just rewire my mind and say what I'm trying to say, because that was not it. I'm able to articulate myself to my fullest capability, and if I mess up, because I am human, then I can take my time, reset, rethink, refresh, and speak what I'm meant to say. I think self-improvement, self-development is absolutely awesome, and I mean that. And a lot of people don't see that. And if I can show you it, maybe it can inspire and invoke you to take action to improving your best self. Imagine what your best self looks like. Imagine you are as fit as you possibly can be. Imagine you are sharpening your mind every single day, and you are extremely intelligent from it. You read books daily, and you study. You study whatever industry you want to study. So whenever you face problems in that industry, you're able to conquer them, and those in return will make you smarter and stronger in all these aspects. All these problems are just opportunities to make you better. And the best version of yourself is so powerful, and all that is at your access, but you have to make the choice. And I think that's freaking awesome. You have an opportunity that not everybody else is taking, and you could take it and become all the way up here, and your past self could look up to you and be like, wow, that's me. I achieved that. I became that person, and that person is going to live an amazing life. They're going to feel amazing all the time in their own skin. Their self-esteem is going to be through the roof. And whenever you have a self-esteem through the roof, there's nothing that you can't do, because you feel great about yourself. And the more you work on yourself, the better you feel about yourself. And the better you feel about yourself, the better you perform. And the better you perform, the better you feel about yourself. So it is a cycle. You are able to infinitely become better. And that is just underappreciated, and therefore underrated. We were all born with different tastes. What I like, you may not like, and what you like, I may not like. And that's okay, that's good even. That means what I like isn't going to be too saturated. There's not going to be everybody trying to be the best at walking and talking to a camera. Sure, there are people doing it, but if every single person was doing it, it would be way too saturated. And since I'm the only one out here doing this, that just goes in my favor. So what does it look like for you? What do you want to pursue? What is your passion? What were you born with in your heart that you just want to pursue? Who is it you want to become? Here's another amazing quote. I don't remember exactly who it was by, but I believe I heard it from Brian Tracy. He may have quoted somebody, but it essentially went along the lines of, find out what it is that you want, determine the price that you are going to pay for it, and then start paying it off. 3 steps. Simple as that. So figure out, what step are you at? Do you know what you want? That is step 1. I'll use myself as an example. I want to be a successful YouTuber. Step 2, determine the price that I'll have to pay in order to become that. Well, I have to edit and post consistently, and I have to gradually improve. So far, I am doing that. I am posting every single day for a month now, and I am seeing growth from it. But I also have to analyze and study my own input and try to figure out how I can improve it. And I am doing that slowly, gradually, which is better than not doing it at all. But I do have the opportunity to do better, to improve even more, to study myself even more, constructive criticize, and just become better through it. It is literally such a blessing that I need to take advantage of. And that is step 3, taking advantage of the opportunity to pay the price. These 3 steps apply to everything. You want to become a better athlete? Okay, what's going to make you a better athlete? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. It really is simple as that. And the beautiful thing is there is no limit. You can become a better athlete day by day by day by day. Some days are not going to be as good as others, but whenever you zoom out, like if you look at the S&P 500, some days it performs better than other days. But if you zoom out, year by year, it gradually goes up. So don't look at it in such a short-term view. Look at it in the long term. If I focus on becoming the best athlete I possibly can every single day for the rest of my life, year by year by year, I guarantee you it's going to look like this. If you're honestly practicing and given an effort to become better, there's just no chance that it goes down. You've came this far, you've learned this much, and you can apply it. Once you become more aware of your industry, of your field, you become more aware of how to become better. From doing it, through repetition, you figure out how to become that version of yourself that you want to become. I hope you found this video of value. I appreciate you for watching. Let me know if there's any topic you would like me to touch on. I'll see you in the next one, and as always, stay sedulous.